Traitors official podcast. My name is Bob the Drag Queen.
I'm Boston Rob. I got to tell you, Bob, it feels so good to be back in the castle with you.
Yes, and we can work together this time.
Well, for now, anyway.
Listen, while we're on the same side, you're going to get to hear our perspective because we're coming from two different places, right? I'm here as like a fan, someone who got to be in the castle, someone who was misunderstood, someone who maybe misspoke or talked when they shouldn't have, and someone who brought the looks, honey.
And I'll bring the strategist point of view. I'll break down the moves, the psychology behind it. We have a unique perspective because we're not just talking it, we've actually lived it. We've been in those castle walls.
Yes, I've been on those grounds. I still have nightmares.
Not so much. If you missed season 3 and you don't know how we know each other, go back and watch it. It's on Peacock. But for those of you that are stubborn, Bob and I, let's say we were both traitors and we had a uniquely different experience.
Yes, we were some of the first traitor on traitor violence. It was one of the most ferocious, nail-biting, just spitfire roundtables of all time. But somehow we managed to come out as friends.
Somehow after it, we put the past behind us. And for now, for this podcast, for you guys only, we're here mending fences.
To be clear, I'm the one who did the forgiving. And on that note...
That's true. I can't argue with them. Well, we got a big episode for you today. We're going to be going over episode 1.
Yes.
Episode 2.
Yes.
And episode 3.
Baby, this episode is big and beefy, and she is not on Ozempic, honey. She is thick and juicy. So sit back, relax, and baby, enjoy this on your long drive, honey, because we're going to be with you for a hot minute.
We're going to have special guests.
Yes.
And we're going to talk fashion, my favorite topic. I may or may not be here for that.
It was his request. He demanded we go over the fashion. And I said, it's not my thing, but I'll join you.
And the truth is, we really don't know how this is going to go. But stay tuned. Hopefully it's entertaining.
Oh, and by the way, just so you guys know, this is your spoiler alert. Go watch episodes 1 through 3. We're about to spoil it all. So if you've not watched and you don't want it spoiled, do not listen to this. This is your only chance.
No crying about it later.
Scram. Now, let's get into it. They arrive at night, which is, it's already spooky enough as it is.
Yeah.
Like, it's already spooky. Now we're at night. They're lighting the building on fire. Those poor peacocks.
They don't.
But Alan comes in and he announces off rip there's going to be a secret traitor. And I cannot believe he's keeping secrets from us, the audience. If I was going to be a traitor, that's not how I'd want to find out. At the choosing ceremony, everyone's blindfolded. Here, everyone's just looking directly
for a read
at you. Like, that sounds exhausting.
If you're standing there, if you're watching this go down, what are you thinking? Are you wanting to get picked? Are you not wanting to get picked in front of everyone else? It doesn't feel like anyone got a concrete read on anyone else based on Alan showing them in front of them.
There was something suspicious to me about the way Colton walked away. I thought it was Colton by this point.
So listen, Bob, I know how you felt when I was added as an additional traitor, but how would you feel if there was an additional traitor that was a secret traitor?
Not only would I not want to deal with a secret traitor, I would not want to be the secret traitor. You have no allies. You are working by yourself. It sounds stressful for everyone involved.
Yeah, I agree. I feel like I got to ask you something because I don't know. I wasn't in on the traitor selection. They picked me while I was out in the woods. When Alan's
like
walking around like a berry, like you, I'll take this one. Wesley, no thank you. Derek, no
thank you.
But when Alan's walking around, is it nerve-wracking? You have that blindfold on. You're listening to every sound. What's it like?
You don't even know. When you're sitting there and Alan's first of all, I'm telling you, he's closing the circle. He is lapping that bitch. He's got to be walking at least a quarter mile around you all.
Wow.
He passes you so many times, and baby, when he grazes your shoulder, you feel it from the bottom of your feet. It rushes up through you, and you have to do everything to stop it from leaping out of your mouth because you're so excited. You're so nervous. Did someone feel you move next to you? Oh my God, my hat is big. Did my hat move? Did my feathers cause a breeze? What's going on here? Is anyone going to be onto me? And then you have to take off those blindfolds and look people in the eye. And everyone.
They're all mean mugging.
Especially Tom Sandoval.
Yeah, Tom.
It's stressful, but it's exhilarating. It feels really, really, really good.
And you're empowered.
Let's talk about people who were chosen. Candace from Real Housewives of Potomac is chosen. Lisa Rinna from Real Housewives of Beverly Hills is chosen. And then Rob from Love Island. They are chosen to be the front-facing traitors to the camera.
2 housewives off the jump.
So like I said, go after the housewives. No one ever listened to me.
And now we got 2 of them in the turret.
Yeah.
No gamers in the turret this season.
Who do you think is going to be the best traitor out of the 3 of them?
From what I've seen so far, I like Rob. I like Rob R. from Love Island. I think his demeanor it's calm enough. He is shown to be smart and intelligent and looking forward. And I think he has a little bit of the like, oh, I'm too dumb swag going, that it works.
Yeah, he's good and he's handsome. I gotta tell you, when you're handsome, you can get away with a lot in the house. You really can. I hate to say it, but it's true. When you're a handsome man, you can just get away with a lot of mess in that house.
I don't know if I'm supposed to agree or disagree there, so I'm just gonna shake my head and be like,
But Candace is so bold.
And I see Lisa like so out there and needs to be that attention, and I think that's gonna be her downfall.
So when they're in the turret, the traitors all agree to something. I want to know what you think about it.
You want me to think about it?
Yeah, I want to know what you think about it.
I know where you're going with this, but go ahead.
I just want to ask
I'll think about it.
They said, can we all agree to no backstabbing?
Right.
That's a pretty good rule, yeah?
Who do you think they were talking about? Why do you think they had that conversation?
I don't know what could have, maybe something from UK or Australia. I didn't watch Australia. Maybe it was something they did in Australia.
It must have been Australia. Those guys down under, they're getting each other.
I mean, obviously we had a tumultuous, every traitor voted for every traitor during our season. Every traitor left under the vote of another traitor.
There was no talking in the turret, one round table.
My God. No shade to Carolyn Weiger, but God damn, that lady would just sit up there and just not say a word. We're like, talk to us. Let's get into this first mission. So they're on these 3 rowboats. They're red, green, and white, right? First of all, the red boat is the first one out, and the other boats are just stuck. They can
stuck on the ground.
Yeah.
They got in the boat before they launched it. They should have launched it first, then get in. First of all, these missions are hard.
Yes, physically grueling.
Number 1, you're in Scotland. We filmed the show in the summer. June. It's 40 degrees and raining.
Freezing.
And these challenges, like these boats, they're like made, like I think they're Viking made. They're made by Vikings.
Yeah, they're
big, heavy oars. Like to move these things, it's not easy.
At all. And then you have to realize, y'all, we are working with people that have a lot of different physical abilities, right? We have football players. We have housewives. We have 70-year-old women. We have figure skaters. You're gonna tell me this show is so unserious. You're gonna tell me a 70-year-old woman to compete with an Olympic athlete?
The irony is that Johnny, the Olympic athlete, was the first one into the lock. And let me tell you, from what I saw, he stuck the landing.
Yes, a triple axel right to the bottom of the lock. And so you have to go into the water, you have to decipher which caskets have an X on them and which caskets have a $sign on them, right?
Right.
Bring the $sign casket back, drop it in, you get some money, and then you take away someone's shield.
That's the twist this season. Now, to get a shield, you have to navigate there's like a secondary thought in the process of the mission. Now, like from the jump, you realize you're going to have to establish relationships and alliances to keep yourself safe in the game this season.
I think Ron was the first one to have a casket in his grave. Yeah. Michael Rappaport is really not okay with having a casket in his grave. He's really upset about it.
He's upset that he put it in.
And then the very last second, they were trying to get it in Portia's grave. Like at the last second, which I feel like this is the first time that we've seen where you don't make it under the wire. Usually we're making like 3, 2, 1.
Always. I never see. I was like, for sure they're going to make it with 1 second left. Alan says, nope, wasn't in on time.
Based on what?
Based on the clock.
So Candace straight up tells Portia that Michael Rappaport said, let's put it in the housewives' graves.
And the reaction on both of them is they can't believe it. It's incredulous.
Oh, I got something to say. Because I heard that my casket was almost put in there. So how that happened? And when we were in our boats, Michael was like, who we gonna put the caskets in? Let's do the housewives. And I was like, no.
He has it in for the housewives.
everyone has heard him gunning for housewives. So I want to sort of throw a little bit of gas on Michael's fire.
He did not say put it in one of the housewives.
And I said, He is creating chaos, stirring up noise. He is a perfect distraction for us.
So we're back in the castle. Oh, when I tell you I love Back in the Castle. Back in the Castle is when the show really happens. So then Portia gets back to the castle. She tells Michael Rappaport that. Michael says, who said it? Let's go
I'm not having it. I want to confront her right now.
Okay. Portia, I want to have this conversation because you just told me I said, let's get a housewife. And I would like to know who said that. Michael Rappaport.
She said that when we were pulling up, he yelled out, put it in a housewife grave.
Oh. Look at.
Where was this?
In the car, that's what you said he said.
You misheard me. I did not say he said it today.
And they said, well, Maura, you were there. Maura goes, girl, I don't remember. Girl, it was less than an hour ago. What happened to your memory?
You know, I don't know if Candace willingly understood what she was doing, but she threw Portia under the bus.
Yes.
And Maura not being able to remember kind of sealed the deal.
Yeah, I mean, listen, there's a lot to discuss, and we're going to take a break, and we'll be right back. We're going to get into episode 2. Let's get cooking.
All right, let's get into episode 2.
Yes.
We have our first murder. They decided to take out the gamer. Ian, listen, it's got to always be terrible being the first one to go. I don't think Ian did anything to deserve it, but it's got to be someone.
It's got to be someone. Anyone but me.
The fact that he was a gamer didn't help him.
Yeah, I agree. So I don't think it was personal. I think it was just wrong place, wrong time. How do you feel about the breakfast moments?
I mean, I like the breakfast moments because I like to see the reactions of the other people.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I can get a lot from it. This one, I mean, other than Lisa's over dramatic reaction, I didn't really see too much. It felt like it was going to be someone. As a trader, I think as long as you don't do too much, you don't want to overact. I know, like, you love the theater of it all.
Mm-hmm.
Anything that causes extra attention and extra eyes on you as a trader, I think is a bad thing. I'm
really gagged because Portia, she's done forgot about the kitchen drum already. Like, Portia is so forgiving.
You wouldn't let that go. Scorched earth.
Would I have let it go?
Holding on to it forever.
Honey, if I can hold one thing, it's a grudge. I don't care how heavy it is. I'm gonna carry that weight, honey. And you know what, kind of, speaking of holding grudges, like, am I petty? Like, when they all clap when Dorinda enters, I'm like, oh my God.
I didn't understand that at all. What are we doing?
Like, what are y'all doing? Like, is this a sympathy? What are y'all running, a charity here?
If I had to bet, and I like to gamble from time to time, the odds-on favorite of the first to go home had to have been Dorinda.
Right.
Somehow she doesn't even make the list. That was all Donna Kelsey.
Yeah.
She's the one that didn't put Dorinda on the list.
And I just don't know why she didn't. I mean, you know what? Donna, play a game how you want to play it. You did great. I thought you were actually pretty fun on the show. So my favorite moment, back in the castle. So Portia says out loud, out of her mouth, I killed Ian. She did say that.
She said it, but she said it in a way that she didn't mean it. The problem is she didn't know how to walk it back.
What made it even crazier was they took her quote and they changed it just enough to make it sound really incriminating.
Ron.
The way that she, like, kind of off the cuff said, you know, now that I killed Ian, and then he turned it to, and I wrote it down, last night when I murdered Ian. That is just not the same thing. That is not the same quote.
No.
One is much more damning than the other.
For sure, especially when you regurgitate it to everyone else in the group over and over and over again.
And then everyone else is corroborating his story. They'd be like, yep, she said it. Yep, she said those exact words. Okay, let's talk about episode 2's mission, okay?
Okay.
This mission is really wild. So you're in these seats, right? You're in these chariots that are being pulled by the other people on the team. And then you can find money and you can find a shield. And if you find a shield, you unseat the person in the chariot and you now are a shielded person.
And only the last people there are the ones that are actually shielded.
Why would you agree to sit in the seat first?
Never. Or second. If I'm a faithful, I'm always going for a shield.
Yeah. And if I'm a traitor, I'm going for a
Still
shield to make it
going for a
look like I'm a
shield.
faithful.
Always.
Monet gave her shield away to Lisa Rinna.
I hate that.
Bad idea.
I don't like it.
So we're back in the castle again, and Mama Kelsey's now gunning for Portia with Ron and Rob. So she's got Ron and Rob going on thinking that it's Portia, which in her defense, she has no clue if it is Portia or not because she doesn't know who the other traitors are.
Right. I gotta say, at this point in the show, it feels like the traitors haven't had any heat at all.
Yeah, except for Donna a little bit here and there.
A little bit Donna's on the radar, but when I say the traitors, like I'm thinking mostly Lisa, Candace, and Rob.
Yeah. Ron is really comfortable starting off. He's got this big evidence he's been gathering up about against Portia, and he presents it to the room, and then he gets several people to corroborate his story, back him up, and agree with him.
I mean, he's basically the reason she went home.
Oh, 100p.
Yeah.
Without a shadow of a doubt. But what's weird to me is like everyone's mad at Portia, or everyone's sus on Portia because of they heard that she misspoke, but they actually see Michael misspeak in real time in front of literally every single contestant left in the castle.
I think sometimes it's the conviction, and Ron was like, you know, he was doubling down on it. He was wrong, but like in the moment, he felt like so strongly about it, he was able to get other people on his side.
Well, Donna does get a little bit of heat too because Natalie calls out Donna at the table. It doesn't get much. I mean, she does get a few people to vote and say her name, which cannot feel good to Donna at all. She's got to be shaking in her boots here.
Because now she's out there as someone, because you know how it works, Bob. When you're in the castle, you don't want to hear your name. If it comes up, even if it comes up in the round table in passing, the next day, whether you're out or not, that comes back up again. Bob, you know how tumultuous these roundtables can be. Like sometimes you go in with a set plan and you think you know how the vote's going to go. And then all of a sudden, somebody says something out of left field. There's a comment. It changes. It changes the room. It changes the dynamic.
And you, like, you did that with me. Like, there was a whole bunch of talk. No one said my name, and then you were like, Bob the drag queen. That's the last thing I heard.
Oh, I waited.
And then I got overwhelming votes. And I noticed that this is what happened with Candace. Candace somehow got a lot of votes off of Portia. It was, Candace, you're so impressive. What you do at that round table is next level. It was one vote away. And the tie-breaking vote was Colton, and then Colton ended up swinging it over to Portia.
It changes. You can feel the dynamic change.
What really tickled me was when Portia said that she was a faithful, and then it cuts back to Donna, and she just goes, ah, crap. I don't know why. That needs to be a meme. Someone needs to clip that. Ah, crap. Like, that was so funny to me. And now Ron reeks of traitor. He stinks of traitor.
He made such a strong case. And then, you know, to take that swing and then miss completely, of course, all the eyes are on him.
Now, one of my favorite moments in the Traitors' history, we get a murder in plain sight. Oh, I love this. They have to find this random picture in the house somewhere, open it up, find these cards.
That's stressful. You know how stressful it is doing anything in the castle when other people are there. We had to do it to put the people in the coffins.
Yes. So they have to get the cards out, look at the cards, and then somehow burn one of the cards, or there will be no murder.
Right.
So
and they won't find out who the secret traitor is.
Yeah, and so I got to ask you this question. Keep it a buck.
Yeah.
What do you think of the conga line move?
I hated it.
Oh, it was so next level.
Horrible.
I completely disagree. It was so bold.
No.
She somehow got almost every single person in the castle to do it, except Rob C was like, what the hell?
He was astute. He was paying attention. Every red flag went up for me.
Let's look at this moment. It was so good. Let's look at it.
You know, this would be a great time.
Oh.
Look at. Who gets up immediately?
Oh my God. Yes.
Duh. Of course it makes sense.
Honestly.
It's so dumb.
It's so dumb it works.
Look at Lipinski's first one.
Lipinski's in.
And
the traitor, Lisa Rinna's in.
Oh, look at homeboy. Eric's in.
I love Eric. Eric, sing me a song. I love him.
Come on.
Oh.
Everyone has to join.
Once the conga line gets down by the kitchen, Rob does this really cool thing where he's like, I'm not doing this. Runs in.
Rob R.
Rob R.
You're right.
Grabs those cards, looks to him real quick, and then he has this other brilliant idea. Lisa, you ever play chess?
Yeah.
Lisa goes, I don't know how to play chess. Let me teach you.
I'm going to play devil's advocate again, right? We're making a TV show, The Traitors. All of a sudden, we're going to play chess? Something's going on.
Well,
if I
played
see
chess earlier.
someone taking time to play chess in the limited amount of time that we have to talk, something more is going on.
Well, I was stressed. Tara Lipinski was like, what the fuck are y'all doing? Tara was like...
Yeah, she was on it. She knew what was going on.
She hit him with Tom Sandoval. She was like...
She did. She gave him the Sando eye.
But I guess she just came to the conclusion that there was nothing going on. And she's like, yeah, whatever. I'll just skate
If
away.
she did, she didn't say anything about it.
I'll just triple axle back to the kitchen.
Yep.
And then that's when they decide it's going to be Rob C. They go to the breakfast room. They light his card on fire, drop just in the nick of time.
Man, I got to tell you, personally, I felt bad. That's the tough thing about this game.
Yeah.
Sometimes you're going to be the one banished or murdered, and it's going to be based on reputation or whatever else.
Well, listen, later on, we're going to get a chance to talk to Rob Cesternino about his early demise. But for right now, let's go ahead and take a short break and then come back and move on to episode 3. Okay, so episode 3 is happening now. Ron has a lot of heat on him at breakfast. Like, I don't know how long Ron has in this castle.
Well, deservedly so. I mean, he took a swing to get Portia out, and he got her out, but she wasn't a traitor.
And they trusted him. I mean, he was very convincing. I probably would have been convinced too, to be honest, especially with so many people corroborating his story. And then Rob C's gone. He gets a little eulogy, but it's only from the traitors.
He didn't really get, like, a lot of big reaction, you know?
But then, baby, Alan hits them with a real bomb. He goes, we're going to do a round table before the mission.
Yeah.
Round tables are for nights.
I love it. I love the fact that they're mixing up the game and they're literally putting, you know, the participants back on their heels.
So they get a little back to the castle, they get to talk for a little bit, and then Tiffany goes up to Michael and she's like, you need to chill out. So Caroline from Real Housewives of Dubai, she is like talking about Donna, and then Donna walks in, and then Donna goes, I hear you shushing. Like the way that Donna goes, oh crap, and Caroline goes, shh. And then she goes, I heard the shushes.
She knows what it means. That like shows me that she has a level of gameplay that she knows what's going on.
Do you believe that she's really starstruck? Do you believe that?
No, not for a minute.
Yeah, I mean, she's hanging out with big celebrities.
All the time. Her kids, her daughter-in-law, like everybody.
Yeah, it's like, come on.
Every week she's in a different box with a different celebrity.
She's like, I was talking to Paul McCartney. Oh, and you're starstruck by people from Survivor?
She
no
cares
shade.
about she cares about people from RuPaul's Drag Race. Like, stop.
That's fair. So at the round table, this early brunch round table.
Right.
I guess we're having Bloody Marys and round table now. Candace starts it off again. I'm telling you, I'm obsessed with this woman. God of mercy. I worship the altar of Candace. She has them eating out of the palm of her hands. It might come back to bite her later on.
Yeah.
But oh my gosh, she's good TV. Donna got an overwhelming amount of votes.
Yeah.
It was Donna. Like, it was crazy.
At some point, like, they felt like she's a traitor, and everybody jumped on board with that.
I feel like Colton got a little bit of social cachet this time because he was part of the mission to get Donna voted out of the castle.
I feel like it was just like him being vocal on something that was kind of obvious.
When I announced that I was a traitor, people were knocking over chairs.
I was like, yeah, got him!
Lifting each other up. They threw you over their shoulder like you're some king.
Yes, got him!
And you can see that it feels good. They're so happy they got one.
They're so happy. I'll tell you what was wild this episode was that face-to-face murder.
So Eric, Caroline, Ron, and Kristen are tied to these trees. Who would you kill?
I mean, I know I wouldn't kill Ron. He's got enough egg on his face.
You need him.
Yeah, I think Kristen or Caroline would be my top choices.
And by murdering Caroline, you get an opportunity to sow even more dissent amongst the housewives. You can get that group completely turned on each other. Now we don't trust each other. You get a chance to do that. They're doing it to all the Survivor. I mean, the Survivors do it to themselves, no shade.
They do, and the gamers in general.
Yeah. The gamers will always cannibalize. I think Caroline's a good option. I think Kristen is a good option. Ron would be a terrible choice. You're gonna want to murder someone who will never be banished. Okay, listen, we've been giving our opinions, but let's talk to folks who are actually in the castle at this time.
That sounds good. Right after this, we're going to be joined live with Rob Cesternino. He's a Survivor legend from the Amazon and All Stars, revered for his witty and revolutionary strategic gameplay. Now he's the mastermind behind the iconic Rob Has a Podcast, the ultimate hub for reality TV analysis. Please welcome the one and only Rob Cesternino.
Woo!
How's the podcast going so far? Because I know you two have such a great history of working together and never having any problems.
Now we're talking smack, are we? We got our own little roundtable going here.
The shoe is on the other foot. I feel like I'm always getting interviewed by you.
This is a first.
And I don't know how this is going to go, so apologies in advance.
This is your second strategy-based show. What is the difference between Survivor and the Traitors?
I think that in Survivor, you have an opportunity to build your team and you have almost all the information, and in Traitors there's just so much that you don't know and you're just flying blind for so much of it.
Let's look at one of the missions. They both have some pretty challenging, grueling, physically challenging things, and let's see what this mission looked like for you.
You haven't seen anything yet, no?
No.
All right, let's go. Okay, let's go.
Damn, the first one, that must hurt.
I mean, you know when they say nothing personal,
that they're
it's
just
personal.
saying put the coffins anywhere when we should talk through how this is going to help us most strategically.
You seem to be getting really frustrated because they're just throwing caskets in graves. They're just trying to get back and grab some more money. And you seem really frustrated. Why are you so frustrated there?
I'm like, we should talk through about what we're doing. Meanwhile, little do I know that I'm with frickin' Rob Roush, the traitor, that he's like, yeah, just throw it anywhere. Who cares? Just whatever. Who cares? And it was a little frustrating of like, hey, let's go for people that we're not working with.
Because I had a thought that if somebody put a coffin under my name, to pick it up and move it and put it in someone else's.
You know, hey, that's why you're you. I don't think anybody else thought of taking a coffin out of the ground.
Also, Rob would dig a whole new grave and write Alan's name on it.
I was like, how dare they put it in mine? Let's get it out of there.
Let's take a look a little more.
Good decision.
Rob C, let's do Rob.
Rob is smart. We need Rob.
Put it down, put it down.
Why are we doing Rob?
Oh, all right, put it back up.
Donna is older.
That's crazy.
All right, let's go.
She's lived her life.
Let's go.
Let's just do Donna.
We form an alliance with the red team so we protect each other's boat. But we got there with the other team that we were not working with, so we're jumping alliance.
Uh-oh.
See you with you guys? No.
Jam, switch it up just like that.
Sorry, Rob.
You dodged it once, but you could not dodge it twice. So it seems like Jam is really advocating for you to lose your shield. How does it feel to see that?
What a guy. I really thought that there would be the survivors trying to, have each other's back.
No, you didn't really. Did you really? You thought that?
Have you
You know
watched
what?
any of the seasons?
So I would say because I felt like that we have numbers at the round table.
It
and
feels
so,
that way, but I feel like for sure every time, like as far as any group of people, the survivors will try to kill each other.
The survivors seem to be the most cannibalistic group on the show. Easily.
We were all faithful. Why are they trying to kill each other?
Even more reason to kill him. They assume him. Didn't you assume that Jam was traitor?
I thought Jam was a traitor because he was acting so weird. I really thought that he was a traitor. He was giving me very suspicious vibes the whole time that I was there, and I didn't know why he was acting so weird because I know him outside the show, and I felt like he was just so odd and paranoid the whole time.
Is that crazy? Because they felt like you were so quiet and like not yourself too.
Mm-hmm.
The council makes you overanalyze everything. You are obviously in the world of strategizing and analyzing everything involved in reality TV, competitive reality TV. Is this harder than you thought it was going to be?
Yeah, I mean, I was disappointed to not get the chance to play longer because I felt like that I could have figured more things out if I was there. But it is, you have so much less control over your own destiny than you do have on some of the other shows where you could be minding your own business and all of a sudden you're out of the game.
Yeah, I felt that as a traitor, and I felt like strategically, it was harder because you can't really control the people like you can on those other shows.
But the question is, Rob, be honest, were you minding your own business? Because you were going around being like, I got a feeling there's a plain sight murder tonight, so if you see anything weird, like, were you minding your own business?
And I said, okay, well, I've seen this before. I know what the traitors do. I'm going to mind my own business. I'm going to get away. And I told a couple of my friends, like, hey, watch out for it.
Do you remember who you said it to?
The friends that you told. Do you remember who you told?
Yeah.
All right, listen. I want to jog your memory and show you who you told your magnificent plan to. All right, here's the clip.
I'm concerned that the traitors could be trying to do a murder in plain sight.
Oh, no.
If somebody asks you to do something unusual, like somebody gives you a drink, like they could be like,
We've just shared Skittles.
no, I know.
These are regular Skittles.
You started the conga line, right?
Yes, I did.
Okay, that was your idea. Okay.
Yes. Yeah.
So, watching that back, how do you feel like that decision played out for you?
Yeah, so what you're saying is that it's a bad idea to tell the traitors when a murder in plain sight is going to be happening. That's not good.
Yeah, I'm gonna go on a limb and say, yeah, that's a bad idea to tell the traitors I know what you're up to, and then being like, weren't you the one?
Yeah, you know what? Now hindsight is 20/20 on that. I think Candace is an incredible player, and I felt very good about her. But in my own journaling after, I really started to think about like, oh, I think that, you know what? Candace could be a traitor. And this is a lot of how I remember it. And I just did not know exactly how it went down because I knew a murder in plain sight was happening. And then I got a letter, you have been murdered in plain sight.
So what tipped you off? What tipped you off? Like, what made you think it was a murder in plain sight?
I knew it was a murder in plain sight.
How?
I didn't
Like,
do
what
anything.
was the clue? What was the clue that made you realize it was a murder in plain sight?
I just started to get an inkling of like, oh, I wonder if this could just be one of those nights.
You were spot on. You knew what was going on. It was perfect. Like, your strategy was right there.
So what is your reaction? You walk into the room, you see a chair, and there's a letter in it. What's your first reaction?
Not good. I didn't think I got recruited. I was very, very disappointed. I was very confident when I was getting ready for breakfast that morning because I felt like I know the traitors murdered in plain sight and nobody did anything to me. I didn't drink out of a cup. Nobody touched my face. Nobody said a weird thing to me. So I really felt very confident.
So the faithfuls are getting killed. What do you think? Is it going to continue? What's going to happen moving forward?
I think the faithfuls are going to have their work cut out for them because these traitors are really, really smart. They're making good decisions and they're taking people out strategically, and that the faithful need to get their act together. Come on. You're making us look bad.
That felt like a direct attack.
Yeah, just say our name at us next time. Okay. Who are you rooting for?
I would say Tiffany and Monet are the players that I really would love to see do very well in the game.
Let me ask you this. Do you have like any regrets about going knowing that it ended so quickly?
No, Rob, I had the best time when I was there. It was such a dream come true to get the chance to go and play. And yeah, I don't have any regrets. And honestly, I don't know necessarily what I could have done differently.
I wouldn't lose any sleep over it.
So if you saw a conga line,
you know?
If you saw a conga line tonight, would you join it?
No way, Bob. I'm not doing. I don't care if you guys are in the conga line or
your
Alan's
kids.
in
Your
the
kids
conga
want to
line.
do a conga line.
Never again. I'm not doing the conga line. I'm not doing the limbo. Forget it.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Rob Cesternino, for joining us. You guys can find Rob on Rob Has a Podcast, and he does what we're doing here and has been doing it for a long time.
A lot longer and a lot better. Much respect, brother. I know it hurt me to see you go so early.
Hey, Rob, I hope I didn't let you down. I know you gave me some good advice, and I really tried to follow it as much as I could. But,
It's hard.
it's a crazy game,
Yeah.
and you got to play hard and just hope for the best when you're faithful.
Yeah. Well, next time we'll see you back, brother. I appreciate you. Thanks for coming.
Appreciate you both, too, and great job congratulations on the new podcast.
Thanks, dude.
Thanks. Just a couple of people named Robert hanging out together.
Lots of Robs on the show.
All right, guys, thank you so much. And listen, don't go away. We'll be right back with a little bit more Traitors official podcast.
I know you guys know this is a special supersized episode, so we have another surprise guest. Unfortunately, she couldn't be here in person, but we have her on the line.
You know her from the Real Housewives of Atlanta. You know her from The Celebrity Apprentice. And you know her from looking stunning. Give it up for Portia Williams.
Hey, Portia.
Guys. Hey.
Oh, my God. I'm so excited to talk to you.
Me too.
Hi, Portia.
Hey.
Coming into the castle, did you have like a set strategy or a way that you wanted to play the game?
I really wanted to kind of be a traitor. But then when I realized I wasn't, I was like, I'm going to be the most faithful, the most honest, and, a little bit aggressive, faithful, because I feel like the faithfuls in the past always kind of sat back and the traitors hunted them down. And I was like, no, we can break a record. We can get Donna out of here, the first round table, and that could be history, that we got a traitor at the first round table. So if they would have just listened to me, then they would have gotten a traitor at the first round table.
Can we just talk about the criminal activity of the banishment of Portia and the misquoting? How do you feel hearing...
How dare they?
Ron saying, you said out of your mouth last night when I murdered Ian. How did it feel hearing them like swear up and down you said that when you know you didn't say it?
Well, here's the thing. He was so dead set on, like, you said it. He was so convicted. He would not stop. He wouldn't even take a breath to let me say something. That I was like, wait, did I say that?
Oh.
And then I was thinking, so it became a game in my head of like, who said that? Because I'm like, wait, hold on. Now, I know that I was putting myself in the shoes of the murderer. Like, okay, I was saying to them, hey, let's think about this as if we were the traitor. So my sentence could have been, last night when I murdered Ian, what was my motive? What was my, just kind of out loud talking it through.
That's so crazy. It's so crazy that you say that because, like, there is, like, a psychological tactic where depending on how confidently somebody says something, even though you believe it not to be true, if they continuously say it, it will make you second guess yourself.
What is it like to sit at that round table and have your name said over and over and over again?
It was horrible because you have to understand, I felt like I had a little group of people who understood me. I got them. We kind of were giving each other the eye. I felt like almost 100% that I was nowhere on the chopping block. I had done nothing for anybody to come for me. So I was full confident. Now, that's one thing I feel like if I were to come to the table, I'm like, okay, yeah, I know they're going to come for me. I came to the table like, I'm good. I feel like it's, I knew who the people who I thought it was. And that was that. So when it turned and he was like quoting me, completely misquoting me, I was like, oh my God, he is really about to convince these people that I said that.
You know what was really hard to watch? Watching them try to nail you to the cross over a misspeak, and then Michael Rappaport over hearsay that you misspoke, and then Michael Rappaport misspoke in front of everybody.
If you notice, he acted like he was such a big fan of mine. So it's kind of like once he got to the round table and switched on me, it's like, well, damn, he does love her. So if he's saying it's her, it must be her. The worst part about having to leave the castle early was I didn't get to wear my stuff. I was about to put on for my city.
You look good, though, and I love that sweater. You look so good. At least you got to leave looking beautiful.
Right, okay. I was like, okay, first round table, let's see. Nobody could have told me that I was going to be leaving in the first round table.
Man.
That was incredibly disappointing.
I
oh,
know.
my God.
I wish we could have saw more of you, Portia. But
they were scared. They knew I was a real player. They knew that I was coming in with, you know what I'm saying, with facts, and I was being honest, and people were believing me. And that, they had to get me out. That's what I feel.
So what's your final
I
message to
would've
the
been
faithful
strong.
so they can win this game? What's your message to them?
My message to the faithfuls is follow your instinct, follow your heart. And really, I would not go by hearsay because they're playing a very tricky game.
All right, that's everyone. That is Portia Williams. Thank you so much, Portia. And y'all do not go away. We'll be right back with the Traitors official podcast and a lot more tea, treacherous, murder, and fun. Oh my God, let's talk about the fashion.
it's my favorite part of the episode.
I'm gonna say this. Season 3, we changed the game for fashion.
No doubt. I'm still rocking the iconic backwards hat.
And I'm a fan now. I love Candy. She's wearing a teal and black two-piece like sweater suit. She always looks a little bit like a flight attendant.
This looks good. I like her outfit a lot.
Yeah, she looks really cute and charming. I love that. Girl, you look like an Uber driver. Colton's wearing this, first of all, he's giant. How big is this shirt?
Like, how small is the tie? The tie looks like it's half the size.
Let's go on to, oh my God, the
Whoa.
Phoenix rises. Alan Cumming is wearing this like
yellow Power Ranger. That's what I'm going with.
But with matching hair, which you know me, I love extra.
I mean, the fact that he went all out and did his hair orange with that outfit, I gotta give him some credit.
Right?
Joy to the world, it's Johnny Ware.
Yeah, he's dressing for the holidays.
It does look very Christmassy in June in Scotland.
This is your style. Michael Rappaport is wearing a baseball cap and a shirt.
Sadly, the only problem is the hat is forward, and we know that is way out of style.
No one does that anymore. Okay, can I just say, Ron is low-key eating with his outfits. Am I crazy? Low-key. Ron's wearing this like tricolor tracksuit. I think it's cute. I love Mara's like mossy condom outfit. This like latex slick wear. Oh, Jam Jam. Jam Jam, this coat is so, and it's a bold pattern on it. I know you don't like that.
It's making me dizzy. It's making me dizzy for sure. I'm just saying, it looks like pixelated. Do I need my glasses?
No, you're seeing right. It looks like a big pixelated autumn-colored jacket, like a wool jacket, but it's giving. And this beret, his beard looks so coiffed. He looks handsome. I love this look.
This is like the 4th beret I've seen. Are they handing them out this season? Before you get it with your Trader starter
pack? It was
pack?
a kilt before, now it's a beret.
Now it's a beret.
There's too many looks to go over. There's too many looks. There's too many people. All right, thank you so much for joining us for this supersized podcast episode. What a way to kick off this season.
I can't wait to see what's going to happen next when The Traitors airs episode 4 and 5 on January 15th at 9 p.m. Eastern, only on Peacock.
And you can find us, the Traitors official podcast, dropping after every episode on Peacock, YouTube, and you can listen and follow wherever you get your podcast so you never miss an episode. Thank you all so much for joining us. Bye. Don't die.